This is not an easy video for me to make today, but make it I feel like I must. You see, I have a confession that I need to share with you, and I think I need to get it off my chest. If you are new here, my name is Andy, and this is Finding Your Light Within, the channel dedicated to helping you live your best life. Please do subscribe, help me to grow the channel and to spread my message. So, yes, I have a confession I need to make, and it's not an easy one. But I think it's vital that I level set with everybody. You see, I think sometimes it's all too easy to view the lives of other people and see that they are having a great time, that their lives are working out for them, that everything's roses, everything's rainbows and puppy dogs and all the good stuff. And I don't think that's true. I think that very often people are hiding behind a facade. They're putting up a wall, a barrier, an image, if you like, and the real person is hidden from view. And very often, particularly in these days with social media, we're given snapshots, quick views of people's lives. And what we don't see is what's going on behind the scenes. In my life, I've always strived to do as much as I can to keep on growing. That's my message, to grow and evolve, because I think that's very important. It's fundamentally true for me. It's the wisdom that I've gained from walking my true path, from venturing out there. But the truth and the confession I need to make to you is that it actually scares me. Every day I'm scared to do what I do. I'm filled with anxiety, almost a panic, if you like, about what it is I have to do. But I push on through that. I push on through because it's important, because I know that if I don't, I'll never make it to the other side. I'll never get to see what life has to offer. I have lots of insecurity. And just because I've traveled the world and I've been very fortunate to have done a lot of amazing things does not mean that I have not been scared along that journey. I have. And I thought about this yesterday, and it occurred to me that I need to share that with people because I think that's true for many, many people. I don't know how many, that's impossible to know, but I think it's more true than it isn't true. Everyone is scared, everyone's afraid, everyone is anxious. And I think the difference is that people are better at hiding it than others. Now, it may be true there are people out there who never have any anxiety, who never feel any fear, and that's okay. We should celebrate those people. That's incredible. But I don't think that's true for most people. I think at one time or another, in any given experience or situation, people feel nervous. It reminds me of if you go to a meeting, it could be a work meeting or something, and people have to introduce themselves to everybody else there. It's the first session, let's say, and everybody sits in this horseshoe, and the first person goes, and everybody else sits there listening until it gets to about two people away. And then the panic descends, doesn't it? And you start thinking, what am I going to say? What's the important or the interesting thing I have to share with everybody in this room? And I feel this incredible sense of panic and anxiety in that situation, which is ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. But put me in a different situation and I don't feel that. I'm very confident. I exude confidence in certain situations. Now, for me, that's always been at work. In my working environment, I always exude confidence. People have always said that about me. I never get stressed out. I never look anxious. I just get on with the job in hand. I share my thoughts in meetings. I speak in front of people. I give presentations. Well, at least I used to do a lot more of that. I don't do that so much anymore. But there are still times in my teaching job where I need to. Standing up in front of a room full of children, that takes a certain degree of confidence to handle behavioural situations with those students too. You have to know what you're doing. That's what your training's for. But that doesn't mean that I'm not nervous in certain situations. An example, I really enjoy surfing. I love it. I love being out on my board in the ocean. It's that connection with the water that makes me feel alive. But the anxiety comes from being out there in front of other people, from having to perform in front of an audience, if you like. Now, I know, because I have a rational brain, that people are not particularly focused on me. In fact, they probably couldn't give two hoots about what it is I'm doing. But for me, internally in my own head, I'm full of that nervousness. What if I make a mistake? What if I look stupid? Well, what if I do make that mistake? What if I do look stupid? Isn't the best thing to laugh that off? Because who cares? Whose life is it? That's what I have to keep telling myself to overcome my own doubts. These doubts that have crept in from, such a long time ago. They go all the way back to childhood. And I know that. I recognize it. And I'm very self aware in that way. I know what caused my anxiety. Um, it's a performance anxiety, I think, in front of other people. I much prefer to be on my own doing things because that way I feel more confident in myself. That's always been my way. That's why I tend to travel alone. I can do that. I can make these huge steps into the unknown, traveling through Africa or Asia, doing that on my own, taking myself to New Zealand to go to university where I knew nobody, starting life again in different countries. I can do that because nobody knows me and I can feel confident within myself. But put me into a room full of people, even if they're people I know, in a social situation, and I crumble. I just pull myself in. I don't enjoy it. I really don't enjoy social situations. It's my Achilles heel. I try very hard to overcome it, and I know it's so difficult for me. Everybody has something. My inner voice, my wisdom, tells me that must be so. So, the purpose of this video is to share that with you. That just because I get out there and I do these things does not make me special. It means that I'm having to overcome my own barriers to push on through all the negativity that surrounds me, all this baggage that I carry around with me in life. I have to overcome it. And that's the purpose of this channel, finding your light within. The reason that's my message is because I understand and I recognize the need to do that, to live your full and true life to your full potential. Because having done so, having pushed through that pain and that anxiety, I've seen and I've experienced what's on the other side. And believe me, it is worthwhile doing so. It really is. Life is wonderful if you allow it to be so. So you must keep on pushing. You must keep on trying. There's a reason why I like movies about underdogs, the underdog story. In fact, here's another confession. If I watch Rocky, I get very emotional. I cry because it represents my own life in so many ways. This person who had not nothing, but who put up with an awful lot of negativity in childhood, overcoming it, pushing through, and the underdog having his day or her day. That really gets to me, and it gets to me every time. It just doesn't matter how many times I see, and I feel it even now talking about it. Every time I see Rocky get knocked down and he pulls himself up on the ropes and he gets back up again, that's life. It's not about how many times we get knocked down, it's about how we get on up. That we do get up and that we do keep pushing forward. We do keep walking our own pathway. That's my confession. You are no different to me. I am no different to you. We are all human. We are all alive and we all have the same hopes and dreams and fears as each other. Please do subscribe to the channel. Please help me grow and spread this message. I want to help other people. That's my core of my being. It's what I love to do. I always have done because I want to help people to step on up and reach their peak, reach their mountain. So do subscribe. Help me to get this message out there. Share the video if you liked it. Leave me a comment. What's something that scares you? What's something that I've said that has helped you today? Until the next time, this is Andrew Mark for Finding Your Light Within. See you.